Hello, hello, hello. It is Stevie Aisha Mills, and we are back with another episode. I am thrilled today because we have such an amazing and dynamic guest. This woman is someone that I've been able to meet personally, and I've been able to connect with online. Those are the greatest connections, I believe, because I've been able to firsthand witness what she has done and who the person she is, and I love being in spaces with phenomenal women. Guys, I can tell you her dynamic resume, and it definitely will be in the show notes, but what I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart is that she is always willing to help another woman climb. She is very creative. She is very dynamic. She is very heart-centered, and she is doing a dynamic work in this world. I'm so excited about just the connection that she has with not only myself, but people who just love her. They just love her. And so without any further ado, what I want to do, so we can get straight to this conversation we should have today, but to welcome Cheryl to our show. Hello, Cheryl.
Hello, Stevie. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. I was just up last night, and I was like, I got to be ready. I have to be ready. But you know what? The Lord told me, he's like, got to be ready. He said, you're already ready. You were ready when you said yes to the interview, so I went on to sleep.
I know that's right. I know that's right, and I definitely agree. You are ready. You are ready. And like I said, just going to introduce you from my heart. These are really heartfelt words that I feel about you, but I want people to know what you do in this world and who you are.
Absolutely. I am Cheryl Polote-Williamson. I am a third-generation entrepreneur, philanthropist, filmmaker, best-selling author of over 14 books with 2 more to release in 2020 alone and 1 in 2021. I enjoy filmmaking, and I'm actually an award-winning filmmaker, executive producer, and I love pouring into women. I speak throughout the world to audiences of 2, to audiences of thousands. And I'm a person that believes in pulling out the greatness in women unapologetically and in relentless pursuit of excellence, and I make no apologies about it.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you said I made no apologies about it. And I just felt something go through my spirit when you said that, because so many women don't show up. And I'm one that believes visibility plus credibility equals cash. And
Absolutely.
The fact that you say I show up unapologetically, I just want you to hone in and speak just a little bit more about how we as women can show up unapologetically.
It would be my pleasure. We have to get to the place where we stop shrinking when we walk in the room to make other people feel comfortable. We dim our light so that other people can shine brighter. We make ourselves less than so that people can feel equal too. Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. That's not required of you. When you walk in the room, you should walk in the room like you own the room. And I'm not talking about from a place of not being humble. I'm talking about being in a place where you are so empowered within your spirit that people can see it when you walk in, that you disrupt the atmosphere with your mere presence. You don't even have to say a word, that the people in the room will look at you and realize that you have something, a gifting that they need to be a part of, or they need you to impart in them. And you have to own that. You have to walk in it. You have to receive it. You have to live it. You have to breathe it. You have to write it out. You have to profess it from your mouth that I attract God-inspired ideas that produce millions of dollars. See, when you start talking like that, you can walk in rooms and walk out with a deal. You can walk in rooms and the person who you needed to get to, they come to you. That's the type of power that we automatically possess in us. It's just that we have to train our minds to stop being the biggest naysayer in our own lives and walk out and do what we're being called to do with no excuses.
Love it. Love it. And it's interesting because, back in the day, don't do it so much now, but back in the day when you walk into a poetry center, that's not right. I am snapping all the way over here because that was so great. It was, and I love the fact that we are just talking about being magnetically attractive. And I tell people, you know, when you show up in your fullness, then you are able to attract or repel just like a magnet. And that is what I heard you say in your languaging when you were talking about the fact of walking in the room and you're so bright and radiant and people can feel your energy that you walk out with a deal. And so I know personally that you've been on some of the most incredible stages, connected to some of the most incredible people, and it talks about how much you radiate and attract because of the stages and the places and the platforms that you've been connected to. I want to ask you, have you always been this woman who is like, I am the bomb and I know I'm the bomb, or has it been a journey?
I will tell you, Stevie, it's actually been a journey for me. I've always been one to stand out in the crowd and kind of go alone. But I went through and I'll be candid, I went through a situation with a woman who I allowed to become close to me in my life, and I operated as her mentor, not realizing that it's what Oprah said. You can't have people in your circle who are jealous of you. You can't have people in your circle who want to be you. And as a result of that, I ended up finding out that she was doing everything that she could to destroy me, my business, my husband, my family. And so I went to a place where I had to totally shut down and get reconnected with who I was. But I realized that had to happen to me in order for me to come out on fire for women, because I realized the reason that it happened was to turn me, I feel, against the women, so that I couldn't help women soar, that I would not do anything to help women. But what happened was, because it happened to me, it set me on fire for women. It set me on a place where I do everything I can to help another woman win, because I realized that maybe that woman didn't feel like she had people in her corner. So I don't want anybody to be that torn, another woman to be that torn and bitter that ever happened. What happened to me happened to another woman. So that's why I pour the way that I pour. That's why I show up the way that I show up. Because what I asked God to do is, I said, when you move me from this place of brokenness, don't ever allow the people to see me again. Only allow the people to see you. So what you see and the world sees, Stevie, is what I asked for. And that's why I'm constantly in pursuit of helping another woman soar, because when we believe that abundance is for everyone, you will never have a woman come into your life to try to destroy you if they feel like they can have their own husband, their own business, their own platform. They won't do that to you. So I make it my personal business and mission to show women that abundance is for everybody. You don't have to try to take what belongs to me, that's been promised to me, for you.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And it's so true. I think that many times, and I want to know if you agree with this as well, but we have to go through a process in order to be in the process of what we're seriously supposed to be doing in the world. Like, I don't know too many people have not gone through something to become this greatest version of themselves. What do you think about that?
I believe that everybody has gone through something to push them to where they need to be, whether that's a speaker, a writer, because you have to have something to speak about. And in order to capture audiences, it has to be something compelling. And I'm not talking about always traumatic. It's something compelling. So we are assigned something that to push us to our next. And the reason why I know that is because we're so comfortable where we are. People don't want to operate when it's uncomfortable. So there's a situation where you have all the money and all the resources, and they may all be taken from you, for you to realize, okay, well, that's my platform. Let me teach people how to get generational wealth again. Let me show them that You can be worth multi-millions, lose everything, and then gain it again. So you had to lose something in order to get that story, to get that platform, to tell someone, yes, I was a multimillionaire, I lost it all, but these are the steps that I took in order to become a millionaire again. These are the steps that I used to heal through trauma. So there is a purpose. If you keep your eyes on the palace while you're in the pit, your purpose and your promise will be revealed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it reminds me, I have a book called The Pieces of My Platform, and that's truly what it's about. I think we build these platforms by taking all these broken pieces and building powerful platforms. And I love it. I love that you are creating work that is just amazing, because with your films, and I definitely want to talk about that, I believe that we as women are not shown as much in the standpoint of creating. You know, we can be seen on the screen, but to have our stories told. So please give us some insight on just that process.
This is what I want to recommend, because I've noticed and I've seen a lot posted lately about people doing films and plays and all of this. So my first recommendation really is, Stevie, learn the business side. That is so imperative. Less announcements, more homework, and more action. And what I mean by that is, again, learn the business side of it. What does a producer do? How much money do I need? Do I have great editing? Because it's critical. It's like a book. If your book is not edited properly, it's not a good book. If your film is not edited properly, it's not a good film. We have, we have to stop rushing to try to get to the market to beat people, but putting out subpar products. So for me, it's a process. We sit, we write, we have a think tank, we participate in conferences, writing conferences. Right now, I am the director that I work with, my film partner, is one of the best documentary filmmakers out there. In fact, one of her films that's now a book was given away on the Tamron Hall show this morning. You have to surround your people surround yourself with people who have mastered it. You don't ask people who have never done film how to do a film. It's like business. You don't ask people who don't own business, who don't have businesses, how to do businesses. So I want to encourage each person who's looking to get into films or plays or anything, do your homework before you put any production out, because you only have one chance to make a first impression. There is no such thing as a second impression. If your first film is bad, your first play is bad, that's what people remember you by. Oh, that's the girl that put out the film where the camera was shaking. People had on, their faces were discolored. So I want to encourage people, Stevie, to do the work. For filmmakers, Producer to Producer is an amazing book, and that's a book that I have read several times. It's not written by me, but I don't mind, as you can see, letting the world know what other people have out there. So for aspiring filmmakers, I highly suggest this book, Producer to Producer. It's the first book that I read in order to prepare me for the films and documentary projects that we're working on. So I hope that that will help someone, just that little tidbit of information, letting you know that preparation is key. Know what you're doing and what product you're placing out into the world, because once it's out there, you cannot take it back.
Awesome, awesome. And as we begin to round up this conversation, and I can talk to you all day, because you're like just a wealth of wisdom, just amazing stuff, and you're just heartfelt and a straight shooter, which I appreciate. You're like, this is what it is, and you know, I love that about people when they're able to authentically show up and give something that's going to be just wise. Like, you want to hear it more and more and more. And one of the questions I have for you before we get your contact information, I tend to ask people when they come to our show, I say, this question. I want you to fill in the blank, and it is, Stevie, we cannot leave this conversation today without your listeners knowing, and then fill in the blank.
That mindset is everything. Your mindset will change your entire life. What you say to yourself on a daily basis is what will appear and manifest in your life. So if it's resources that you need, that's what you have to speak about. If it's contacts and contracts and opportunity, that's what you have to speak about. So today, instead of going to your mailbox expecting bills, why not expect checks? That is my word to let you know that mindset is everything. That's what we want the listeners to know, Stevie. Their mind can change their entire trajectory of their life.
Amen. I am a witness. First off, I want to thank you for just spending some time to talk to me. I know that you've been on some incredible spaces. You've done some incredible work, and just to have been placed in your schedule means a lot to me, and I really want you to know that. Also, I want to make sure that you give your contact information as well so people can stay connected to you.
Absolutely. On Instagram, I am at Cheryl P.W. Speaks. My website is CherylPWilliamson.com. I have a private Facebook group which I pour into sharing tips and tools that's absolutely free at Blessings, Business, and Collaborations. Again, that's Blessings, Business, and Collaborations. My co-author page online is Cheryl P.W. Speaks. And for my upcoming film, Saving Clarissa, that's coming out, the website, the Facebook page for that is Saving Clarissa, Saving Clarissa. So that is my contact information, and I appreciate the opportunity, Stevie, for me to be able to share this with your listeners and hopes that I can be a blessing to somebody.
Yes, ma'am. You have definitely blessed me today, and I know that you're going to bless so many people, and we look forward to connecting and supporting and doing what we can. And, guys, it's been an awesome and amazing pleasure to be here with you all today. I am Stevie Aisha Mills. All you have to do to stay connected to me is to know how to spell my first name, Stevii, and you can find me at Stevie.com, all over social media, and, of course, right here on our show. Make it a great day. Do not have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too have the power to do so. Bye for now.